Welcome back, everybody. Now we've got Tesla pulled up and one of our old chartings that did go right as planned, as you can see. And I believe I made this charting in the Market Maker video that was somehow delayed a full day. Had it come out when it was supposed to, you will have seen many of those predictions were correct. So check the timestamp in the bottom of the video. I always have that recorded somewhere. But yes, very interesting studies today. Okay, now for our overall market watch, it's been a little fugazi here, which is why I still have no desire to jump in on anything that looks suspicious. And just the way I charted this and it playing out correctly, I figured it was going to be just as I thought, and it did play out that way. Even this morning, we got what I predicted, which was on the 1 minute chart. We can bring that out and we can see this big long wick that dropped below. Okay, and let's see, we'll have to find that here again. And it looks like it was 8:50 in the morning is when the big dip happened, right here. Okay, this is your collection of stop losses and then your tread on. So, you know, but this is exactly what I said was going to happen, and it sure enough did. All right, now we're using an anchored Vwap on here. We don't have to use that, but I find that it's helpful to have the Vwap on the screen when you're first looking at something. It gives you a very good overall direction. Okay. All right. So, but overall, we've seen this climb up. All right, and I feel like now it's time for the rejection back down. As we're plotting them here on the daily, you know, and even on the longer Aroon settings, we can see a big long period down, spike up. All right, and now it looks like if it doesn't stay within this area, which is overbought, so it won't, and it's already showing its decline on the 25 period, then we can expect a decline on the 150 period to follow suit. So as this declines here, Aroon down will take over and it will continue to drop in price. So these are just daily spikes on the way down, something to be day traded but nothing to hold overnight. So keep that in mind if you're looking at Tesla right now. You know, highly volatile. Okay, let's check out Workhorse here. You know, a very similar pattern. You know, they're all going to have similar patterns here, okay? I was watching when many of these went Aroon up this morning and, you know, started to show good signals, okay? So it looks like if we were to take R1 and strike it through 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. The market did dip and come back up to the line, was rejected, okay, came back up, rejected. We'll see how that plays out. All right, what's level 2 look like? Okay, looks like they're pulling the price down. Same old market, different day. All right. Let's come over into our watch lists here. And it looks like on our YouTube example, we've got Boeing, AMC, and MU. Now, these are the ones that are showing, I'd say, the most volatility, and of course the things that we ask for the most. Okay, all of them are dropping off, all right. Now, we've got our YouTube example. Let's come up here, that's daily all stocks, and let's do our 4 YouTube example daily and see what's on there. Okay. Now this back here was a good buy signal in Micron. Excellent. And the run is about over, and it's about to decline in price. Aroon down will probably take over. It will need to bounce off of this line, typically. Likes to drop just below it and bounce. That's how they're going to shake a lot of those algorithms off. But your best trades are going to be made from tip, to tip. So from here to here, and from here to here. Okay, that's how you would read this. It's much more intricate than that, but that is a good way to start off. Okay, now I also have the wolf waves plotted on the lower in this Aroon. Okay, so many of those stocks are moving. Okay, we've got some moving, some are idle, probably halted. That's interesting. Maybe we should take a look into the ones that are, not moving currently. Okay. And now let's check out some of those Darvas signals I like to check out. And you'll notice a lot of the movies I make, they happen late at night. Okay, so that's either so I'm trying to catch, some late at night action, early morning, pre-market. Okay. Or say they're after hours. And that's because that's when a lot of your action happens. Now we're here later in the afternoon, things start to move in later of the day, and then after that, the market closes, and then things really start happening, which is why you need to have a broker you can trade after hours with, like, Webull or, TD Ameritrade allows you to. Just TD Ameritrade isn't the most, I'd say, user-friendly at first if you're just learning to trade. There's no point in jumping into something like TD Ameritrade. It's a big platform to understand and take in at first if you don't have any knowledge, of trading first. So that's why Robinhood, Webull, download an app like that, start with that, and then, move up to TD, Schwab, TradingView, stuff like that. So that's the idea anyway. Of course, if you're smart, you can jump right in, but, I started with Webull. Gained a good basic understanding of the indicators and how they operate, and just watch stocks move and, do some simulated trading. Then move over to a real account. And of course, Webull is becoming more progressive. It seems like they're starting to allow some sort of scripting and whatnot. Now, this is typically a blowout kind of signal. This right here, this going up, cutting in like that, that's a blowout signal. But we have to watch it very, very closely. If not, this Aroon up has to stay up long term. This Aroon down has to keep coming down long term for this trend to stay active. If this Aroon down comes back up and they switch sides, then that would be confirmation of a short, and you would want to short this all the way from this big high, bottom here. So as you can see, our signaling system did catch that. It did catch it, okay? Before the explosion. That is important. All right, perfect. I like that. I like the way that would have played out. Good robot. Wish I could pat it on the head. Okay. Looks like our robot caught this too, after a little homing pigeon, it seems. Or maybe that's the pigeon. Yeah. All right, well, we can add a pigeon study and find out. Add our studies, add our quick study, or just add a study, bullish candlesticks, and homing pigeons. And there we go. That was a homing pigeon. Okay. All right. Very cool. And the homing pigeon usually likes to come up here and land somewhere up here. So you will see another one. And of course it could be this, the perched pigeon or whatever. Very neat. And these crosses, pay attention to these crosses too. As you can see, they're very important. All right. Now let's see if there's anything else we can pull out to find information on today. Yeah, we could try some volume stuff, see what we've got. Okay, so our cumulative volume, now this is an indicator I've started to develop. It tracks when the cumulative volume is greater than its average and produces a signal on that, okay? To be honest, I did not want to show that study until it was finished, but for right now you see it, it's raw and in form version. So I'd like to get this particular volume study ready to share with the world. So now you have a little bit of a preview. This is, of course, what it normally looks like, and this is what I want it to look like afterwards, developing some sort of signaling system with it. Okay. Very interesting. Of course, we can see here it should have fired and did not. Okay. Maybe it's just not one of those. Maybe it just didn't happen. Happened here on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour. Okay. The 1 hour again. We're not going to see anything on the weekly. Okay, 4 hour. Seems like the 4 hour is about the best way to read this overnight volume, or the 1 hour chart seems to do well too. Okay, and see, it should have read there. Okay, and now it's into a squeeze. Maybe it wasn't accurate. And go on down. Very neat. Now I have made a super trend, say version strategy. If anybody would like to see that, comment down below and I can go through how I built this into a strategy. and was able to make it work. Okay. And our zigzag trend sign, this particular indicator. Doesn't say we should be interested in Palantir yet. We need to wait. Okay. Or maybe when it's on the rise, that's when we need to pay attention. So. Alright, not yet. Okay. And let's bring this out to a daily. And we can see just a minor rise, but I expect it to get pushed back down. Okay. But we'll see how this one plays out. Not a terrible indicator. Kind of helpful when you need it. Those are all of the daily firings, and let's just see if there's maybe any weekly ones. Of course, maybe the ones on the daily are all going to be on the weekly as well. So some good opportunities if you look through this list here, research some of them, decide what you may want to look into. But yeah, you may find some good opportunity. Of course, your best opportunity is during one of these dip sessions, but that doesn't mean that we won't find and get another one. So let's expect and look for another one here soon. We'll wait until that happens. We'll plan it out. Yeah, love it when a plan comes together. All right, a little bit of A-Team. Need to put that on a little soundtrack. Hit the button. Every time we win and make money. Okay. And we will wrap it up with ARC W. As we can see, rejection. All right, same kind of spike up. Yeah, let's look for the same kind of rejection for a good place to buy in and go on with the trend. All right, so happy charting. Get out there, make some money, and I will catch you in the next video.